A little bit of a shorter video today, guys. Just the last three clubs we're covering as we move down the division. I hope you've enjoyed this little part of the mini-series. There's another 2 episodes just about to come that are a little bit of a different flavour. Still in line with the J League, obviously. Big shout out Gamba, Osaka English blog again, and obviously David's for spending this time with me. Kind of educating me, as you'll see, going through the J League. I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination, and it's always great to have these kind of chats with people. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, guys. Have fun. Urawa Red Diamonds is the next one we come on to. So again, like, in my kind of my limited until recently experience of the J League, this is a team that I would say I would have always said, oh, they're one of the top teams in that division, like historically and kind of in terms of stature and standing, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Quite based on my opinion of them, the club probably aren't too satisfied with the way they finished last season. Quite firmly in nowhere, no man's land.
Yeah, no, they had a poor one, they had a really bad season.
43 goals scored, 56 conceded, 14 losses, 13 wins. Very, it couldn't be more of a just nothing happened this year kind of record.
That's exactly what happened, yeah. They had a really poor season. What they've done though, they fired the manager and they've appointed Ricardo Rodriguez from who he was managing Tokushima Vortis, who are one of the teams that have come up.
Okay, cool.
So they've signed him. And he's, depending on what you want to read, he's widely regarded as he's going to turn them around and play a bit more attractive football. So I think you can disregard what happened at Urawa last year. Like you say, they are one of the biggest clubs in Japan, huge stadium and a massive fan base. So they can only really go one way next season. The problem is they haven't really signed anyone. That's the downside.
Well, I was going to say, I'm kind of looking through their squad, right? And none of the names really jump out to me as, oh yeah, I remember that guy, or I remember seeing that guy, I remember thinking about him. And I don't know if I'm just going to be a bit blind to it, but I don't think any of the players were really, I don't think any of them really grabbed me in any way. Hidetoshi Takeda, the striker.
They've signed two players that interest me that they signed in the off-season. They signed Daigo Nishi, who was at Vissel Kobe last year, right back. He's about 33, 34, which on the face of it doesn't sound as a really fascinating transfer, but
what's his surname?
He's a solid right back. Daigo
Nishi.
Yeah, NIS. He'll come up if you're searching for him. It'll be his Kobe card from last year.
There you go.
But I fully expect him to come in at the right back position and play well. And he's a good little attacking sort of right back.
Yeah, and just somebody, the way they look after themselves in Japan, 33 is hardly finished.
No.
Yeah, he's got another 7 years in him.
Kazu at 53.
He's got another 17 years in him then.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just going to put that on mute.
And they've also signed Tatsuya Tanaka from Oita from last year. So he's a attacking midfielder, kind of winger type.
I think I've seen him in the blog actually.
To look out for on the cheap.
Tanaka, yeah, number 11.
Tanaka, yeah.
So you reckon he's going cheap? He'll be good. I said otherwise, yeah.
They're two cheapies, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's got number 8, your boy Nishi. So he does fancy himself.
Yeah.
Right back for the number 8.
I picked this up actually. I did tweet this about this when the squad numbers were announced. I said they've given him the 8 shot. I thought at one point they were going to play him in central midfield, and I thought, well, that's odd. But speaking to a few people, and they seem to think that at the back end of last season he played an attacking sort of right hand side position. So I think if you want to pick up he's a defender card, but if you want to pick up a cheap defender who should do you well for the whole of the season, he's one to look out for.
Yeah, I think that's a great shout, mate. The next team in that little crutch is Oita Trinita. I don't know if I've said that right, but that's my best shot. Sorry, guys. The only kind of names I'm familiar with, I don't know if that's the right Fukumori. I think there's a few Fukumoris in the league, and sometimes it puts me off what team he plays for when I look at these lists. But the only player I'm familiar with is the centre back Mitsao. He's still there. Nobody else is anyone who's popped up from off the top of my head anyway. I have done a lot of videos. I'm sure one of them will be in there somewhere because their badge is on a lot of good players. In fact, actually, is it the Fukumori? Is that the good Fukumori? Is it Oita Trinita?
No, it's the good Fukumori is Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo.
Oh, okay. Consadole Sapporo. So we've got.
I say the good one. I'm sure there's levelings of good, isn't there?
Yeah, no, of course. But it looks like they've got a front three of Machida, Nomura, and Nagasawa. Again, these are not cards I'm familiar with. Who's the key player up front for them then? Out of those three, would you say?
Well, they're kind of that new player up front is Shun Nagasawa.
Yeah.
They signed him from, I think it's Bajalta. They signed him from. They're not one of the teams that are going to have a standout individual. They're more of a squad, a large squad of a team. The player that plays the 10, Naiki Nomura, he's another cheap card to look out for. You can normally pick him up for about £10 to £15. He's that sort of attacking midfielder for them.
Yep.
So he would be their best option, I guess.
Who's that, Nomura?
They're not a team that... Naiki Nomura.
Yeah, Nomura.
If you're pulling him up now, I bet you he's probably for sale for about between 15 and 20 quid.
Let's see. Nomura. 29, he's got a funny wee moustache, hasn't he? Yeah, yeah, mate, you're right.
Can't judge player cards and moustaches, Quinny.
No, that's true. Oh, he's listed for like 0.015, 0.014 of an ETH. Obviously ETHs have the wee rise over the last 48 hours or so, but yeah, you're pretty much on the money, 16 quid.
So if you were to say to me that you could have an attacking midfielder who wears a number 10 shirt for a mid-table team who's probably playing most games of the season for 15 quid.
Yeah, not bad at all, man. Absolutely not bad at all. Even with that moustache, I think that's a fair discount on the moustache and the middle part that he's got. There's
quite a few Japanese cards with dodgy haircuts.
Yeah, he's not doing it for me, certainly. I'm not going to be imitating this guy anytime soon. But no, fair play, man. 15 quid. I love cards like that pop up to give you some value. Like the Arturo Osaka, I didn't pay much for him, and he was so valuable. So valuable.
Yeah.
So when you can get
and
these
will be
guys...
more valuable this season as well. Longo is going to step up.
Yeah, so we think Osaka's going to step up then after Alonga's gone, even with Cristiano.
I think so. Someone's got to fill the hole, haven't they?
No, that's true. That's true. Is this the last team in that little clutch? Yeah, I think it would be. Is Hakido, Sansadol, Sapporo. I just call them Casserole. That's just what I call them personally. But so sorry. Now they do have Chana Tip starting in this behind Anderson Lopez, who I'm sure featured on a video recently. But you don't think that's going to be the case? We've got somebody else coming in.
I don't know if Chana Tip's obviously a skilled attacking player. Whether he'll start every game, I would doubt.
Very injury prone last season.
Yeah, he's in and out. A great player, just streaky.
Yeah.
I mean, Anderson Lopez to me is more of a... Yeah, he can play a target man role, but they've also got Douglas Oliveira in there, I think.
Yep.
I'm not sure.
He's on the bench in
but
this.
the key card, as you were saying earlier, is Fukumori.
Yeah.
Absolutely elite defender card.
The good Fukumori, yeah, there he's there, number 5. They've also
He's only valuable because he plays so attacking. He takes the set pieces.
Got you.
He's all action, left foot. That's why he scores those massive scores.
Yeah. 3-4-3, is that what you expect from them again?
They can go to 4 in midfield. The kid out wide, Lucas Fernandez.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a right peg on him. He reminds me a lot of David Beckham. Really, he's got that exact same style.
Oh really? Nice.
If Chana Tip was to play, he's got to play behind her. He's got to play behind someone, doesn't he? So.
True.
But the 3 at the back.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And
Lucas Fernandez he definitely thinks he's Beckham with a haircut,
so.
doesn't he?
Sorry?
Lucas Fernandez, he definitely fancies himself with being Beckham with his haircut.
But honestly, look at his playing style. You watch him, and he's got the exact same motion and gait as Beckham. It's quite weird.
I can get behind that, by the way. If he's fanboying over Beckham his whole career, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I'll follow him.
But they're a small club. They're not gonna challenge anywhere above mid-table this year.
Yeah.
They're gonna be because what we haven't spoken about is the fact that 4 teams go down next season.
Oh, well, there before it goes down.
4 down, yeah.
To balance it out.
There were none that went down this season, so
Of course.
to replace that, then 4 have got to go down. So when you're gambling on the SoRare cards for these sort of middle to bottom tier, you've got to really factor in what you think their squad's going to do for next season.
Yeah, the relegation jeopardy is real.
It is.
The last name that jumps out in this squad to me is he signed on for another season, I understand, and that is Jay Bothroyd, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, they love him, don't they? They love him.
I first came across Jay Bothroyd from Football Manager. Like, I don't know if you remember this, but it was like a youth prospect in Perugia. He was in Italy when he was a pure young kid, and he's also been English.
If you go back even further, I think on Championship Manager, Football Manager, he was at Arsenal, wasn't he?
Oh, was he? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, even before that, and he was I've probably got that wrong now, but I think he was.
Aye. Well, that was the first time because back then, like seeing a wee English guy at a random little Italian club,
Yeah.
was a bit like, how did that happen? You know, like if he's good, surely goes to a better team.
I don't know how much. I don't know how much you caught of him last season though, but he has still. He's still
got a
pretty
goal or
good.
two.
You know, he still holds the ball up. Yeah, and he still does a job. So, you know, why not? They haven't got that many options in that position. So sign him up. They love him. The fans love him as well. There's big banners above the goal. You know, saying Jay. They call him Jay.
Brilliant.
So you know, why not?